Mastering calisthenics and learning advanced calisthenics skills like the front lever, the human flag, or even the planche can be extremely difficult and mostly takes people many months or even years to learn these skills. In this video, we'll go over the top 5 calisthenics rules that will turn you into a calisthenics master. Rule number 1, the basics of calisthenics. The basics are extremely important because they will give you the necessary strength you need to perform more difficult calisthenics skills. The 4 most common calisthenics basic exercises are the pull-up, a back and bicep exercise, the dip, an exercise that mainly targets your chest, tricep and shoulders, of course the push-up, a great full body compound exercise, and last but not least, the squat that targets your lower body. But once these basics get too easy, you can change them a little bit. Instead of doing a normal bodyweight squat, you can try a harder variation, the pistol squat. But this doesn't mean that you should skip to harder variations right away. If you can currently do 10 push-ups, it doesn't really make sense to go to a harder progression like archer push-ups. Instead, really try to focus on increasing your push-up numbers to get from 10 to 20, 30 and even 50 plus reps. And of course, in that process, you can include a little bit of variety like diamond push-ups so you don't get bored. Basics are very important for your overall strength, so if you want to learn a front lever but didn't do enough pull-ups, you will lack in form. Instead, focus on increasing your pulling strength and being able to do 10 plus pull-ups. And instead of doing only attempts, you can try to do easier exercises where you will not lack in form, like front lever negatives. These will gradually build up your strength to hold a front lever. Rule 2. Resting for a longer period of time between your sets. When working out, you can get easily fatigued. That's why it is important to include longer rest periods during your workout, so that you can maintain good form when doing your exercises. This is especially important when training an exercise to failure, which means that you do the exercise as often until you get too tired to do it more. These resting periods are very important because they will give your body a chance to recover and also prevent injuries that might happen from overtraining. We usually recommend resting from 1 to 3 minutes depending on the exercise. It really isn't worth it when you skip these rest periods and let your ego take over, because that can easily result in an injury. This obviously isn't very good because it will delay your calisthenics progress. When training static holds like the front lever, it really pays off to take a rest period up to 3 minutes so that your body can fully recover and you can do a next hold with good form in the next set. Rule 3. Specifying and focusing on your calisthenics goals. It's really impossible to learn the front lever, the planche, the handstand push-up and the one-arm pull-up at the same time. You have to really focus on 2 to 3 exercises maximum. For example, if you really want to learn the V-sit, it doesn't really make sense to do intense muscle-up training because this won't directly translate to learning this desired skill. Instead, focus on specific progressions that will help you unlock the skill, like raises, holds, or even stretches after your workout. Depending on how difficult your goals are, you can train them more frequently. Like with the handstand, it can be trained up to 6 times per week. But with difficult strength exercises like the front lever pull-up, you really have to be careful to avoid injuries, so it's better to train that 2 to 3 times per week. Rule number 4. Consistency and trusting the process. It's very important to stay consistent and trust in your calisthenics journey. Don't waste your time in doing exercises you won't really need to achieve your calisthenics goals. Simply keep training towards your goals and trusting in your calisthenics process, and don't try to get distracted all too often. Also, please try to not let your ego get in the way. This will only slow down your calisthenics progress and might even result in an injury. It's really easy to get frustrated and even give up on learning a skill after training it for a long time and not seeing any progress. Really try to stay consistent in your workouts, and in time you will definitely reach your calisthenics goals. All you have to do is to trust in the process and continue doing the necessary progressions that will eventually unlock your desired calisthenics skill. Especially when training advanced calisthenics skills like the planche, it can really take a long time to get to the next progression, which can be frustrating. Simply take your time, take as much assistance as you need, and focus on maintaining clean form and holding it for a certain amount of time. Rule number 5. Recovery. Most people think that going to the gym and working out is the most important thing to achieve their fitness goals. Recovery is a central part of every fitness journey and is very often neglected. Your body recovers best when sleeping, so always try to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep before doing your next workout. That way you get stronger and could even hold a harder progression in your next workout. To sum it all up, don't forget about the basics and try to increase them over time. Take longer rest periods between your sets, which will allow you to recover quicker in your workout. Don't train all calisthenics skills at once. Really focus on your goals. Remember to be consistent and trust in the process of your calisthenics journey. In time, you will definitely achieve your calisthenics goals. And last but not least, always get a good amount of sleep to recover from your workout. Follow these 5 calisthenics rules and you will master your goals in no time.